Oh, this? I'm the shaman, the wizard, and the mystic. My message is direct. Fuck being cryptic. Oh, oh. The shaman is spitting. The shaman's got bars like I used to have green stuff in jars. You know what I'm saying? That was another life. That was another time. What is the message that I'm so direct about? What is today's message? It's Halloween, right? First of all, before we get into it, what is the deal with horror movies, that genre, just demons and poltergeists and exorcisms, and someone's like, I'm just going to sit in this chair and be still for 2 hours and just absolutely wreck my nervous system as I'm like tense and clenched up and can't breathe because I'm watching this scary movie. That's weird. Anyone that's really deep into that genre for sure should seek psychiatric help, in my opinion. Now, I do like that show From on Amazon Prime, but it's got a good story, it's got a good plot. If there's a really good story, I can look past or accept some of the horror elements. But just straight up gore fests and freaking yourself out is pretty bizarre. I don't know anyone that's massively successful that spends their time doing that. But anyways, happy Halloween. What's something that you should be afraid of? What's something you should have a fear of? It would be never knowing what the top is, what the height is, what the peak is. I personally feel like a bitch if I sleep in. For that reason, I don't. I feel like a bitch if I go over on my food, if I go off the rails, if I sabotage my physique, my health, my well-being, just for the sake of some snacks, for the sake of gluttony. I feel like a bitch when I do these kinds of things, right? Imagine laying on your deathbed, knowing that your physical life is wrapping up and you feel like a bitch. Because you know with 100% certainty you could have tried way harder, done way more, fought way harder to get some results in your fucking life. But this is the whole thing. It's not even about the results, it's about the pursuit. It's about the pursuit. If you can lay your head down every single night and know with 100% certainty that you gave it your all, you woke up at a time that makes you proud of who you are, you had the perfect breakfast, you had the perfect workout, the perfect mindfulness practice, the perfect meditation, and because of that, you got into that high frequency, you got into that good energy, that good state of mind. Because of that, you had good interactions with everyone you come across, putting out nothing but love, very little to none when it comes to negativity, when it comes to hate, and executed on every single thing on your to-do list, your daily to-dos, to get you where you want to go. If you can do that for enough days in a row, the result is inevitable. It's inevitable. It's just a matter of time. With 100% certainty, you will get this result you're after if you do that. But that's not even the point. It's not even the point. The pursuit, the process is so fucking rewarding. When I'm dieting really hard, and I do wake up that day and the abs are popping extra hard, and it's like, geez, the fucking veins are coming out. Yeah, that's nice. But all those days when I wanted to eat more and I didn't, all the days when I wanted to skip cardio and I didn't, I promise you that that's way more satisfying. It's way more rewarding. You will be more proud of who you are when you live in that way. I have zero aspirations to be a bodybuilder or ever step on stage. I could care less about that shit. But the thought of not maximizing my physical potential, the thought of not gaining every single pound of lean mass that I can, becoming the very best physical specimen that I can, the idea of leaving any of that on the table, I won't even say I'm afraid of that. It's just unacceptable. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. At the end of my days, the highest peak that is possible for me to achieve, I will achieve it. Because every single fucking day I will do my daily to-dos. So I don't have to have that fear. It's a non-issue. But people that know damn well, deep down in their heart, that they're not giving it their all, they're not training as hard as they could be, as focused as they could be, or even worse, they're just not training at all. They've just totally given up on their physicality. You should be scared. That should be a fear of yours. Not knowing what you really could have pulled off in your career, in your community, in your fucking life. Not knowing what you could have really accomplished if you gave it your all. And this is the thing. If you give it your all, you don't have to wonder. It's the ultimate peace of mind. It's the ultimate relaxing energy. People think hustling and grinding, working as hard as I do, they perceive it as a very stressful act. They perceive it as a negative, as a minus, taking away from their life because they're, I have to work that fucking hard 8 days a week? Damn it. I just want to relax, but I'll tell you, seasons of life that I've had, when I did have green stuff in jars, I was trading. It was a trade-off. In the short term, in the moment, yes, I felt great. I was having a really good time. But in the back of my mind, I fucking knew that I could be doing more. I knew for a fact that I could be further along with my goals, with my aspirations, with my life, with my career, with everything, if I was working on those instead of just sitting there all stoned having a good time. Playing video games, I would sit there. The last few years of when I still put a lot of hours into video games, it was so hard to enjoy it. Because in the back of my mind, I fucking knew. Damn it, dude. And then you know how the games, it'll tell you your save file, it'll show you how many hours you're at. Or like Call of Duty, it'll say total hours played. Every time I would finish an Assassin's Creed game, or some kind of single player, like one of the newer God of Wars, a Fallout type of game, I could pour so many hours into those. I would finish it and it would have that total of like 80 hours, 100 hours, 120 hours. And it was kind of like a kick in the dick. I'm sure a lot of people that are like very deep into that gaming world, they're like, oh, hell yeah, 140 hours. For me, towards the end, it was salt on a wound. I was like, Jesus, I'd probably be enlightened and floating in the air right now if I clocked 120 hours of meditation. I'd be a real life monk up in this motherfucker. I'd be healing the blind, healing the sick. If I spent 120 hours going in, and I would think that this is my conscience calling on me, knocking on my door, nudging me in the right direction, I would go, yeah. And then the next new game would come out. And I'd trick myself, well, we're going to play this one. Let's make it the last one, though. Let's end on a good note. And then that game wouldn't be very good, and let's get this other one. It's like the person that knows they need to stop drinking, and they're like, let me just have one really solid night and finish off with that. But then it's not quite the finale they're looking for, and they're like, okay, so we're on the right train of thought. I do need a finale, but that wasn't it. Next weekend. I'll start next month. I spent a lot of years thinking next week, next month, next year. Later, not now. Sometime in the future, not today. And the whole time, there was this ever-present underlying tone of anxiety and this underlying tone of fear. Of what if decades go by and I don't do shit? Fuck. What if decades go by and I didn't accomplish jack shit. That would be fucked up. That would be horrible. Because deep down, you would know it. You would know it. I know for years my conscience was nudging me in the right direction. And when I finally fully listened, fully embraced it, fully accepted that I needed to have this new life, and you can't walk two paths at the same time. I wouldn't be where I am today if I was still drinking. I wouldn't be here today if I was still playing video games for hours on hours. I wouldn't be here today if I was still overeating on a regular basis. If I was still getting barbecued on some damn edibles. There's no fucking way. I would have had the confidence and the clarity to leave my formal gym job, dive into the world of entrepreneurship, work for myself. It's all on the line every fucking day. It's all up to me, and I love it. Now that shit, I don't fear that at all. That excites me, that invigorates me, that ignites me, knowing that it's on me. I don't have a boss. I don't have someone looking out for me. Hey, we got new clients coming in. It's all up to me. I love that shit. I don't have any fear of that. But never pulling the trigger on these things, never having this opportunity, never having this life that I live now, I was very afraid of that. I was very afraid of that not ever happening. Negative emotions can be very powerful. They can be very transformative if we lean into them. A negative emotion is just telling you where not to go. It's just telling you where not to go. Your conscience giving you mixed feelings, making you feel torn on an act, on a way of thinking, on a way of being, on a thing that you're consuming. It is your conscience looking out for you, trying to give you your highest quality of life, trying to give you the best possible human experience you can have, and a lot of us choose to ignore it. What are you afraid of? What are you scared of not pulling off? What are you scared of never finding out that you could have done? A version of yourself that you could have become. Sit with this. Meditate with this. Ponder this. But also, this isn't a think about this for the next 2 weeks. Your brain, your mind is already telling you right now as I'm saying this, what those things are. Right now, your brain is telling you, I do need to stop drinking. I do need to stop looking at that nasty shit on the internet. God, why am I still doing this? I don't feel good after. I don't. I feel bad after. If it comes with the downside, after the fact, if there's a brutal aftermath, you already know you're fucking up. You already know it's not correct. What is your conscience calling you to do? Where is it calling you to go? What are you afraid of never seeing take place in your life? Pull the trigger today. Drop the drink. Drop the bad habits. And walk this path with me. I'm so content. I'm so fulfilled. It's not even on some happiness bullshit. It's fulfillment. It's being proud of the motherfucker I see in the mirror when I wake up. It's rewarding. It's life-changing. I want this for you. Let's go.